Alexander waited on the ridge before dawn, watching 10,000 campfires flicker across the Gaugamela plain. It was October 1st, 331 BC. Behind him stood 47,000 Macedonians and Greeks. Across the dusty expanse, Darius III had gathered a force that some ancient writers claimed numbered 1,000,000, though modern historians put it closer to 100,000. The Persian king had chosen this ground carefully. He leveled the earth, removed stones, even cut down brush so his scythed chariots and massive cavalry could charge without breaking stride. The Persian line stretched nearly 2 miles wide. In the center, Darius took his position on a tall war chariot surrounded by his immortals and Greek mercenary hoplites. To his left and right, cavalry from Bactria, Scythia, and Cappadocia massed, their horses restless. At the front waited 200 scythed chariots, blades mounted on the wheels, designed to slice through infantry ranks like wheat. Behind them came 15 war elephants, a shock Darius hoped would terrify the Macedonians. Alexander's army was outnumbered but not outmatched. He arranged his phalanx in the center, 16 men deep, their sarissas 18-foot pikes, creating a wall of iron points. On the right flank he placed himself with the companion cavalry, the elite horsemen who had ridden with him since boyhood. On the left, Parmenion commanded the Thessalian cavalry, tasked with holding against the stronger Persian right wing. In front of the phalanx, Alexander positioned light troops and archers with specific orders. When the chariots charged, open lanes, let them through, then attack the drivers from behind. Darius struck first. At mid-morning, he sent the scythed chariots thundering forward, dust exploding under their wheels. The Macedonian front ranks did exactly as drilled. They stepped aside, creating corridors. The chariots rushed through empty space. Agrinians and javelin men swarmed them, spearing drivers and hamstringing horses. Within minutes, the Persian opening weapon was spent, most chariots wrecked or riderless. Then Alexander moved. He didn't charge straight ahead. He led the companions at an angle to his right, pulling the Persian left with him. Persian cavalry followed, trying to outflank him. The movement stretched the Persian line. A gap opened between Darius's left and his center. Alexander saw it. Wheeling his wedge of cavalry, he drove straight for that gap, straight at Darius himself. The wedge hit the Persian center like a spear. Macedonian sarissas pressed forward. Persian infantry, many lightly armed Levies, buckled. Darius from his chariot saw the companions cutting toward him, saw his bodyguards falling. Ancient accounts say he hesitated, then turned his chariot and fled. When a king runs, an army dies. The Persian center collapsed, but on the Macedonian left, disaster loomed. Parmenion's Thessalians were nearly overwhelmed. Persian and Indian cavalry had broken through, even reaching the Macedonian baggage camp. Parmenion sent a rider to Alexander, "We are falling." Alexander had a choice. Chase Darius and end the war, or turn back and save his left. He turned. The companions thundered across the battlefield, hitting the Persian right from behind. Caught between Parmenion and Alexander, the Persian cavalry shattered. By late afternoon it was over. Darius escaped toward the mountains of Media, but he had lost his empire. Persian losses may have reached 40,000. Alexander lost perhaps 500 to 1,200 men. Gaugamela was not just a battle of numbers. It was timing, terrain, and discipline. Darius chose the field, but Alexander chose the fight. The scythed chariots failed. The gap in the line proved fatal. And when Darius ran, the Achaemenid Empire, which had stood for 200 years, ran with him. Alexander would enter Babylon unopposed within weeks, and Persepolis would burn the next spring. The age of Persia ended on that leveled plain, and the age of Alexander began. If this video helped you, then like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel.